Put It By The Wall is the number one podcast nowhere in the world.
I mean, at least this is where they come to be inspired and motivated, my brother.
Okay, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Amen.
Welcome back to another episode of Put It By The Wall, the podcast where we talk
Amen.
about stuff to
Amen.
get you inspired and make you feel like you can take over the
There
world.
we go.
Stuff to make you smile and then just stuff in general. I'm your host, Kurt.
I'm Laurent.
And today,
Ooh.
we've got a great guest.
A
A very great guest. Miss Tarryn Ernstzen, how you doing?
I'm good, yourself?
Lovely. So Miss Tarryn Ernstzen, she is, I'm not going to call you that the whole time. No? I'm going to stop now. It sounds like I'm in a class.
That sounds so weird.
Okay, so she
2 times
is
in a row.
she is a psychology student and doing great things and have great things on the horizon. So we want to pick her brain not only as a young individual and as a daughter and all the many hats that she wears, but also on the psychology buzz and the fact that she's a woman and she can give us tips and tricks and teach us how to be
There we-
better husbands.
There we
Thank you, Tarryn.
go. Oh, that man went into a deep one. Also, we have to say, she goes to UWC, guys.
Yes.
That's the best of the best. So, niks kakparati.
Okay, so while we're busy talking and there's a little bit of banter, I want to get my coffee ready so we can get left off. I was meaning to drink a bit of coffee early on, but I was just sippy. I wanted to be on cup number 2 right now. But-
I'm not gonna respond to that. Because this man is trying to push buttons here.
Okay. Because Laurent is the one that makes the coffee and the tea, and I'm greatly appreciative of it.
My heart flutters. I do.
And he's going to make me next week again.
Look, it might just happen. It might just happen.
Okay, so without any further ado, how are you doing, Tarryn?
She's even nervous, man.
Is it? But we'll just go with it.
I'm alright, I'm a bit nervous,
Yeah, it's fine to be nervous.
My first time doing these things.
Mhm.
Awesome.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
We are very grateful to have you.
We are truly.
Mm.
We've had people on before on the show, but I don't think we've had. Did we have anybody as young as you? How old are you, by the way?
I'm 21.
21. Okay, 21 years old. So she's still kind of a baby
She's
in
a
the
baby.
grand scheme of things.
Mm.
Thank you.
Women don't like to be old, man, bro.
No,
They treat
but,
it as they go along.
it's not just a female thing, man.
I don't mind my age. I just don't call me old because
Ah.
I'm just a baby.
You're
I'm just a
21
baby.
young.
Tell us a bit about yourself. Just a broad overview. Go as deep as you want to. Shoot.
So I am a second year UWC student studying psychology. My modules are psych, sociology, and language and communication. And I'm just me. My daily life activities is just class, and then on the weekends it's church, youth, things like that. If I'm not at church, then I'm by my in-laws.
Clearing out the throat. Just going scum there. So, boyfriend, if you're watching, get the ring.
Put it away for a while. Keep it in your pocket until the tone changes.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, now that's nice. Which is kind of like normal student,
Normal.
21-year-old thing is. I would, other than that, I would say you seem well put together. Also a bit shy. No? Would you say that you're shy?
It's not that I'm shy. It's just like there's a nervousness about me. Because once I start talking, then I'm not gonna stop talking. And then like I'm a very empathetic person, so I can feel your vibe. If you're not reciprocating the vibe, then I'm just gonna be like, yo, why was I young?
Why did I start talking?
Okay.
So mind you, she is at the perfect place to ramble and to talk.
We love hearing the sound of our own voice.
Yeah, my bro. and we can
Especially
get-
good.
Yeah.
You see, now this is where. Thank you for watching the podcast. Put it by the way. So you said you go to UWs and you are there for how long now?
So I didn't do so well my first year, so I failed. So I had to do my first year guys. I'm there for 3 years now, but I'm doing my second year.
Okay.
Okay. We've all been. I also failed those
Yeah.
college. I also failed. I
Yeah.
failed a lot.
Failed and quit and failed and quit. So many
But it's
things.
all life lessons.
Here we go. It's ebb and
Some-
flow. It's ebb and
I
flow.
have a question. Why psychology? What pulled you into? What made you think, hey, okay, lawyer, doctor? Nah, smart to know how people's minds work.
I didn't know what I wanted to do in my last year of high school.
As many of us
I
do.
was completely lost. All my friends are like lawyer, doctor, hairstylist, this, that, everything else. And I was just like, I don't know what I want to do. And I was just talking to my history sir. I was banking class, and I was talking to him, and he was like, "You seem like a good listener. You seem like you're very interested in helping people. Why don't you do psychology?" And I was like, I never knew that was a thing, but let's go. And then I just took it from there. I had a gap year because I was struggling to apply, get
as is the
everything
case
together.
everywhere.
And then when I did get my application and I saw it was accepted, I was like, we're doing this. We're in it for the long run. Yeah, like I said, I failed, but I'm still going because
It makes you stronger.
I'm going to be a doctor. Bruh.
You're gonna be a doctor.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Just from that story now, no? I think
Close to the mic.
there was a bit of a sad part in there because you said you were bunking with a history teacher. How do you bunk and go to another class? I
No, I
know.
didn't go to another class. I was banking.
Bring the mic.
And then, okay, it was in COVID. Not in COVID, but like in COVID. So I was kind of put out of class, but also not put out of class. And then I just decided to take a lap around. And then ran into my sir, and I was like,
Okay, look at that.
let's have a conversation.
That's what you do when you bank. Take laps.
Yeah. Let's not go there. That's all.
Yo, we took banking to the extreme, guy.
Now you see, now I never bunked like that. It was always just outside of class.
Look here.
We had a schedule for banking.
Quick segue, no? So growing up, we were in high school together, me and Laurent, obviously. And we bunked so much that the school phoned my mommy, my bro.
I had to sit down with my daddy.
And after the sit down, we bunked again a lot. Then my mommy phoned the school
Yeah.
to find out if this man is actually going to school. But anyway, that was just a quick segue.
That's we must actually have a episode on schooling life.
We look here.
Because we've lived a couple of lives in that
Can I be honest? Okay, let me first ask you this question before I go
Yeah.
further. No? Do you like school? Like, did you like school?
high school.
School. Yo, it was a tough run.
Is it?
Like I liked it, but I also didn't like it.
Is
I
it?
liked the friends part too.
Yeah, the friends and the whenever there's a bell
Yeah.
and you need to go home, then it's like it signals something in your brain to wake up. You were just tired.
Mm.
It's amazing how a bell can energize you.
The friends and after school, yeah, that was the fun part of school.
Yeah. So here's my question. What
No.
else?
Come on, go.
So here's my question. My question is, so far, studying psychology and being on university and that kind of thing, and being around those kind of, around other academics and that kind of thing, and specifically now psychology, like sitting in lectures and all those other things. Now, what would you say is the biggest lesson, or like the biggest lesson in how people think or people act that you've learned so far? Because I'm you in your second year. Let's not count the other year in, but like, what was the biggest thing that you've learned? Like, wow, that's actually what drives people to do X, Y, Z.
I don't know. I can't really say. Like money mostly,
Mm.
and then fitting in.
Mm.
Like everyone's just pretending. So like fake it till you make it, you know.
Mm.
So everyone is. I am this. I am that. Like I always say, I am a doctor.
Mm.
So I'm basically just trying to fit in because I still feel like I'm a baby, you know, that on university I feel like I'm that little kid that's lost.
Mm.
But I mean, you're just trying to to accomplish your goals and your dreams and whatever.
So all you can do is take it day
Mm.
by day
Yeah,
and do what you need to, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I have this is a long question now, no? I think it's 2 parts. You said your path to becoming in psychology was long and treacherous. What were the moments that tested you? Couple of moments that tested you, and which moments reminded you, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I wanna persevere. I wanna push forward.
Like in my personal life.
In any aspect.
Yeah. How can I say financially?
Mm.
Yeah, so we stayed in Mitchell's Plain, Eastridge, and then I don't know how it came about that we're gonna move, we just moved. And
Okay,
then
that's
we
nice
moved
surprise.
to Bayview, and then my dad lost his job. So the last year and the year before was really tough. It was like, are we gonna make it or we're not gonna make it?
In the rebuilding
Like,
process.
what is gonna happen? And it's just like, it's a sad man because he worked so hard to give his family everything, and then things happen. So for me, it was just like, I don't want my parents to be struggling forever, and I don't want my children to feel the way I feel at the age of 21. So to just work hard to give them a comfortable life where they don't have to think of, do I have electricity money, stuff like that.
Definitely, no? Yeah, that's a
And that is a heavy thing to go through. And I'm gonna tell you this now, no? We sit and we reflect on our stories that we tell ourselves and the way we think and everything that we went through in our lives. And but we always think it like it's unique for us to have gone through that. But kind of like most people that most normal people know the mic. Most normal people went through that kind of thing, and ebb and flow some.
Yeah.
Then you again on top of things where everything is there,
It's
and then you at the bottom of
it's a
things and
roller
whatever.
coaster. Yeah.
So on the topic of parents and feeling certain ways and thinking certain things, can I ask you, like, what do you think in our households we should be talking more about? Like parents should be teaching their children or speaking more about, so that there's understanding from both ends.
What it is to be married or to be a single mother or father. Please educate your children. And then what it is to own a house or an apartment, what it is to pay a bond, levies, mortgage, how rates work, things like that, because it gets in the way of the flow between you and your children and you and your partner. It affects how you treat your wife and how your wife sees you.
That's beautiful.
So educate your children on how to deal with it when it gets hard and how to make it easier for yourself.
So like they can prepare themselves, kind of. Look, you never really know what is on the other side of the horizon, but it's better to have the bag of tools.
It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
It's better to be prepared and have
Get the
no opportunity than
how
have an opportunity and not be
how many
prepared.
plans didn't we make? 5, 6 plans. All of it can fail, but something is gonna work.
Yeah.
There's elements of everything gonna come in. Damn, that was very profound.
I was saying it's beautiful, but not the negative part about this. The
But
inside
for-
was
for-
beautiful.
for-
When I said it's beautiful, I was like, "Yo, it sounds weird." Like,
for 21 years old, there's a lot of wisdom, you know.
truly.
I sigh
Why it
because
sounds so heavy?
people are always saying that, and it makes me feel like,
But that's a
do
good
I
thing.
need to act this way all the time? I just
Because
want
it's smart to let your
I
head
want
down.
to be a baby. I want to be mature.
Look, you at that age where it's like we're moving into the real world, kind
Into
of.
adulthood, yeah.
Into adulthood.
Yeah, adulthood sucks, I can promise.
Yo, my guy. You know what? Now I'm gonna be honest. Now I think I actually enjoy the adulthood. No, obviously not the terrible parts when you in it. No, but the character that it builds and the fact that you decide.
Yeah, 100%.
The only time thing is standing up for work in the morning.
Waking up early.
I don't think there's no way in this world where that is okay.
We have.
Unless you're doing what you love doing.
Yeah, we have 9 years left here of standing up for work.
Can I tell you something, Ho?
Mm.
My ideal day, and I'm gonna ask you now. Also, I get up and I start work at 10 o'clock. No?
Mm.
I leave work at 12, 1 o'clock. And I only work 3 days a week.
Mm.
And I make a boatload of money. Your life be so beautiful.
I noticed there was no wife, family, anywhere
Thank you, brother.
involved.
Don't be starting nothing. And there won't be
Why you
nothing.
wanna get the man in trouble?
I just like a witchy contention now and then.
Babe, don't worry.
But don't
You
worry.
don't have to work.
All you have to say
Maybe.
is she's there. Who do you think woke me up?
Yeah. She's there in the kitchen making it tight. You know why that's so
That's all
profound?
him. That's all him.
I was gonna say she's relaxing on the
Yeah.
balcony, but
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not.
Because my wife asked me now the other day, because you guys must think that woman makes the food. You know how I avoided that answer. But look here, man. In my house and by me, yes, because there's certain
Certain
roles to play. What do you think about that? There's certain roles.
I'm not gonna ask
Wait,
you to take the bun out.
I first have a question though.
Yeah.
Are you not a qualified chef?
The point is not
no,
that.
no,
Thank
no,
you.
no.
That-
Thank you.
But that is not the point. That is not the point.
I'm 100% with him. I'm a chef. I don't want to make food.
Mechanics don't work on their own car. You I just threw that bullshit in there. Mechanics
Look,
don't work on their own car. They
that-
take their car to other people.
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to. Yeah.
Men, they
Look
find
here, man.
Mm.
all the ways to escape. Mm-mm.
Look here. My wife make liquor food.
100%.
Nah,
You
she
see?
does make liquor food.
It does.
Right. So now then.
So now I don't
Yeah,
make the
but
food.
not the- Look, I make food, no?
Mm.
But yet again, the same with the cleaning, with the folding. I make it so randomly that when you see it, like, and then it's gone again. 'Cause
You don't see it again for a
I'm-
while.
I make pretty food. So that looks ooh, it looks and you eat and it tastes lekker. But you're gonna see it maybe next year.
Are you good in the kitchen?
No, 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 no.
That's a skill you need
Your
to have
sad
though.
life?
I can cook.
Okay.
I choose not to because I don't want to.
No,
My
how is
type
that
of
any-
person.
how is that any different? How is that
You
any
took the
different?
words out of my mouth. I like to braai though. I love braaiing. But I do like on a serious note, I do think there's roles.
Mm.
Like in a relationship. Because I won't expect you to carry the fridge.
Yeah, it should be clearly defined, yeah.
You see?
I'm not expecting you to go sweep outside the yard. Take the bun
Unless you
out.
want to sweep.
I feel
If
like
there's a spider,
You
things
understand?
should be shared, man. Like,
yeah, it must
if
be.
it, if
Not
it is
everything, man.
possible to for responsibilities to be
To be
shared,
shared.
then you
Then
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you both work till 5, then you
Yeah,
can cook
but-
2 nights a week, and she
But it
can
was,
cook
yeah,
2
a
nights a week.
compromise. No, you see him shaking his head there. Not about when it's his time to cook. We having McDonald's.
That's what we do.
If she is off on a Saturday, then maybe she can sweep outside if she wants to. She
No, but she
have
doesn't
to.
have to. But she doesn't have to do those things. But I get what you're saying. There should be
there
like
must be a
like a
cross-
shared responsibility.
yeah.
Now watch my wife now bring this up in the conversation again. But didn't you say? Because you're supposed to like have elephant brain juice. Don't forget anything. They'll give you a detailed explanation of what you said, date time, what you had on, everything.
My guy, you speaking of that over the weekend, my mochi reminded me of a conversation that I had on the phone with somebody else.
It had absolutely nothing to do with her.
No, but she reminded me, yeah, mustn't you still do that for that? How was the? Where did he? No, you were on the phone. It was like last week Wednesday when you came to fetch me at work. You were on the phone, and then I heard it. I'm thinking, what is this? And they remember everything when it's time to argue. When
Oh yeah, then
don't-
the gloves come off and the bag come out.
I've seen if I made my mochi angry and we didn't talk, we just the genetics, but we know there's gonna come a showdown. Maybe later on. I'm gonna see you.
It
You're
must
gonna
not
see
come
me.
out, yeah.
It must come out. If she have time to prepare,
Jedi mind tricks.
then I stand no chance. I go with the first 15 minutes and then I look.
How are you in that arguments?
Yeah,
It is
You
what
give
it
your
is.
boyfriend a hard time.
all the time.
Listen how proudly she says it, me, bro. Why are you guys like that? It's
I'm
like you wake up and you choose
joking,
violence.
man.
No, you're not
Like I
joking.
told him now, it's not that we expect you to know, but I mean, like,
No,
you
you do.
know my patterns.
You see? I
'Cause
mean,
I know your patterns. I know what you like to do on a Tuesday and how you like to have your Saturday. I know that. What did you know about me? But then again, it's like you can't expect someone to read your mind, but still you want them to read your mind.
I understand what you're saying.
Come with your psychology patterns, yeah.
But what I would say the difference there is, now, women pay attention to this. Men, okay, I know me. I'm logical to the point. If you tell me, look, we must do this, pop, done. I'm gonna be on my own, but I'm not still gonna weave around, figure out the reasons why we're doing this and how we must do it and how they're gonna feel after we do it and all that. That is all fluff. So if you tell me, look here, I want the chocolate, I'm gonna go buy your chocolate. There's your chocolate. We're good to go. But it's not about the chocolate. It's you that I have to ask you to go buy the chocolate.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the chocolate that I like on this, that, and that, and
It's
the
the
other.
thought that counts.
I think
I think about my mochi all the time.
No, that's not the thing.
I think they think like exactly what you just said now and what you just said, like recognize the patterns
Yeah.
and all those other things. But look here, to a certain extent, you can know that. Pardon me, but realistically,
Minus
you can't know. We are simple creatures, my bro.
simple and lazy to an extent.
Okay, I wanted to say lazy. I don't like to class myself.
No, I don't mean lazy in like lazy to do. Lazy just to
to
take
think.
note of stuff. Like I know my mochi, I know certain times, but I don't pay attention to everything. Like,
I can agree. Yeah.
you know it. What's your mochi's favorite color?
Green.
You see,
Green, I think. Not green.
I know my mochi. I'm with my mochi
Pink.
for like 5 years now.
Pink.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't.
But I think that is like a round ballpark there, green or pink. But I don't think it's green. It's probably pink.
Somewhere in the color palette. I can show you color, but you point to it.
I'm gonna find out tonight, and then I'll message
Look,
you guys.
there's homework.
Green and pink is like the completely opposite. You?
That's opposite of
You're
the spectrum.
risking it,
Look
yeah?
here.
But we're getting lost.
The point is, both of it is colors.
Yeah.
But in any case,
Do you see simple creatures?
so is there no like tips and tricks you can give us, like if people do that, that's the way they are.
No, you see, I'm still learning.
Mm.
But it's all like in sociology and psychology, it's all to do with environmental factors. The community you grew up in, the household you grew up in.
Yes.
So, for example, my dad doesn't answer you when you ask him a question. For example, he doesn't answer when you ask him a question. So now you learn to deal with it as a child, but you didn't see that he also does it to your mom, but he does it in a more aggressive way. Not that he's meaning to be to hurt or whatever. It's just the way that he is.
Yes.
And she's learned to deal with it. But now, like they say, the daughter always finds a man that is like a father. So now I'm in a relationship and my boyfriend does the same thing. But because my mom just passively dealt with it, doesn't mean I'm gonna deal with it, because that shit irritated me. So now I blow a gasket every time he does that, instead of just talking and saying, look here, this is how it was.
I should do that sometimes.
And then you get to understanding.
The reason behind
But because you weren't taught that communication is the way to go, because mommy didn't say anything, daddy just went on with his behavior. You got irritated, nothing was spoken about. It was awkward silence, always conflict. So now
pushed under the rug.
Yeah, so now you just deal with things in a certain manner because that is how you were trained to deal with it.
Yeah.
So environment plays a huge part.
Family, culture as well. Like your culture is weird, eh? I never knew that culture plays so much of a role in how you talk to each other and how you talk to other people.
100.
Like I'm gonna make an example of that is now. saying the word my bro.
Mm.
Because my mommy will tell me all the time, "Ek is jou bro nie." My bro, left, right, and center. I say my bro to my wife, my mommy sound the other side. Say jou bro nie.
I can picture Sherwin.
You know, I did that to her one day and I was like,
Mm. But it's no, see that
So we know
it's a
that
cultural thing. Yeah. That's
culture plays a
colored
part. Yeah.
culture.
By the way, talk about colored culture. What do you think about that podcast of the other day?
That's the
I think
question I
it
want
went
to ask.
viral.
Yeah, I
Did you
was
see
just
that?
about to get there.
I
With the
didn't
people
see it,
that's
but I heard it.
about the incest and how
Yeah.
crazy our people are. And
That's crazy. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. And
On-
people are very upset.
Public
Ah,
platform,
the public
on
platform.
national
I mean, like,
platform.
my personal feelings on it is like, I laughed because I mean, like, it's South
It's
Africa.
outrageous.
What else can you expect? It's
It's-
dumb stuff happening all
It's
the
South
time.
Africa. We have come up with this thing where we say RSA, no DNA, just RSA. Like, you know, our country is a bunch of gatmaak. Why are you getting upset about something like this? But at the end of the day, it is also like you feel the need to defend your culture, your
Yeah.
race, or whatever.
Hmm.
You feel the need to defend your people, and especially colored people, because, like I said, our culture is lost. We don't know what the Khoisan and the San did. We
It's
don't
all
even
gone.
know our own language.
It's all gone.
We
yeah.
speak English. English is not our native language.
Mm.
And the
Damn.
weird, you're speaking about that in culture. Like the weird thing I would say is that also, a lot of us that's why we look so different, because a lot of us are mixed so much we don't even know. Like, I'm very.
yeah.
Would you take one of those DNA tests to see
want
where
to.
exactly?
I would love to.
I would love to.
But those things are expensive, I think, man.
I
But
don't
still, it will
know.
be cool. It will be cool. See, and then you
your
see,
ancestry.
you come. You have blood from
'Cause,
France and
Like
all
my
sorts of
surname,
weird places.
my surname is German, but also associated with Dutch.
Mm.
So
But your dad looks on the German Dutch side. Yes. Van Heil.
David looked like he could have been Hitler's right hand.
I want to find out the history about my surname.
Sorry,
But
David.
anyway, the thing is, your grandma, your grandma is also German.
We're from German descent, yeah.
My mom is also from German
Oh.
descent.
Mm.
Netherlands or something, somewhere like that, my mom
Mm.
said. So from both sides of my family, I could be very much German.
Mm.
I don't want to be.
Now look here.
Look,
I'm proudly colored.
We
I'm fine.
we are a mixed pot of different things.
we are a lot of different.
So I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
also,
crazy.
and that's what other people get us on also, because I've heard that many times already, that colors don't have culture and that kind of thing, which I don't think is true,
I don't
because
at all.
as we are a mixed pot of different things going on and happening in our life, those things kind of then become the culture. The celebrating New Year's Eve with your family,
100%. The 21st.
the 21st,
celebration.
the braais,
Trick balls.
In
watching
my,
the rugby
in my
together
sociology
this weekend.
class, I said on Tuesday that the colored culture is lost because we don't know the Khoisan traditions and things.
Who did someone say that? Sorry to
No,
break your word.
I said that because we don't really know, and that is our culture.
It's
Even
not-
though a lot of our blood is mixed in with Dutch and whatever,
Yeah.
but I mean colored Khoisan. That's where we come
It's
from.
not taught, yeah.
It's not taught to us. So it has come now that colored traditions is mostly in our religion, whether you be Christian or Muslim or Jewish or whatever. Your culture has become your religion.
Mm.
So
No.
when you Christian or whatever, your family gatherings is your thing.
Yeah.
Your church mostly you gather with, that is your
With,
thing.
yeah.
It becomes your tradition.
That's
That's a
Muslim
nice way of
people
looking at
as well, they are heavy in their families with Muslim traditions and
Yes,
things
you
of
are.
doing things. Eid and stuff like that. They celebrate it with their family. There won't be one Eid that they are not with all of their family.
That's actually
And
because
Christmas
we
and all those other things.
every year on the 16th of December they might have something like that. Or invite all the family. You literally only see once a year. All the people that's all, and everybody just comes and They have everybody together, like, oh, there. Mostly church people must now, obviously. Our family is, we have 6 pastors, 4 deacons, 3 under deacons, and it's a whole church number. Everybody have the gears. And they make sure they make sure they put it in your faces. So when
And he love the gears to you also.
if you come here on the 16th, you will see there's a mini sermon happening. You're so 40 mensen laughing here.
Our family is also into our family is also heavy churchly orientated. And it's no, this kind of makes me think now also that like you want to keep the tradition going, like the family gatherings and that kind of thing. And what I've observed is if actively our parents don't keep it alive, then that is where it dies, because like the grandmas and grandpas, that was the thing. Everybody would get
Yeah,
together and
yes.
they kind of orchestrated everything, and everybody knew that was going to happen.
You are 100% correct.
So now it's there. It's our parents' turn then to make sure that the tradition goes
That
on,
loss, yeah.
and then it comes to us again. Because I don't want to have like cousins and stuff, and where we see one another and then we
don't
we
know,
don't know
we don't know what
one
to
another.
talk about. Don't.
Now the talk about
That's
it
it.
is one thing, but knowing one another, like
But
at
I
least.
mean, that is literally how it is now.
Yeah, but I
Like-
100%.
We are not directly cousins, but we're cousins. But I have a closer relationship with Kurt than I have with my cousins that are
Your
actually
actual-
my age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy, no?
I
Yeah.
get. What I will say, I think technology, has pushed us further apart. Because like you said now, on the Sunday, on your grandma would have this or have that. Now, it was our thing on the Sunday. We would, everybody, all the sisters, mom have like 4 sisters, and whole family go to my Oma's house on a Sunday. Everybody bring their dish, and everybody's together. Once my Oma died, it just slowly drifted, and now we see each other, if at all, twice, 3, 4 times a year. If at all.
That's still a
And-
lot.
And even
Four times a year.
even a message is not, I wouldn't say too effort, but you send the message now and then it's gone. Don't follow up on what are you doing, and I'm guilty of it also. I will say that. So if any of my cousins are watching, call me out on it.
Stuur boodskap.
Yeah, send a message.
Please call me.
I'm an asshole. I will see your message now. Okay, I'm gonna answer later on and I forget, and then it
He really does that, yeah. He really
then
does
then
that. But you better now. Like you
I take constructive criticism.
you way
Because
better with-
what did you tell me? Stop being a
Ayo.
and
Because my thing is just like answer the message and then keep it moving. Now I don't need to sit and wonder the whole time, is this gonna happen or is this not gonna happen? Especially with what we're doing right now, with the podcast and that kind of
I can't say anything because I will grade the queue till the end of the earth.
thing. Is it?
I don't like
I see a bit of the
answering
daddy
messages.
tendencies coming out there. no?
Okay.
Oh,
I hear you,
my
but I don't hear you. I critique you in real life.
What I've seen also now, not I've seen, I was listening to Group now the other day. They were talking about telephobia. That the new generation
Oh yeah, I saw
is
that.
afraid of
Wow, that's-
answering their phones. They don't know. The anxiety is so much that mensen don't answer their phones anymore. There's some men who's even scared to text you, to message you. If they message back, then they block you.
Mhm.
Or some, it's like a real actual thing.
Is it?
Women are scared. They're scared to answer the phone because they haven't been taught that.
Look here. So on the I asked you earlier on about being a shy person and that kind of thing. When you do eventually go out and that kind of thing, how do you deal with it?
I
Do you
just
like a lot of people, crowds of people?
crowds of people, then I can just blend in. Can disappear in the crowd.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no.
I thought you
I'm
meant like
fine with
You hide in plain sight. Yeah.
Yeah, you like kind of hang on whatever anyone else is. So unless it's people I know and it's a big crowd, then I will be social. But if it's not people I know, then I'm just like,
in your
what do you
yeah.
see?
moving, yeah.
What do you see?
What I've learned when I say when you stuff like that, you repeat the last word that they said. and they will continue talking.
Yeah.
It works every single time.
And this is a big thing that the podcast taught us. I'm gonna say us because it's both me and Lorin. So when we started out the podcast, we were obviously rough where communication is concerned and that kind of thing. I mean, this is primarily communication. So we would talk over one another. We would interrupt each other continuously. Not giving the other person an opportunity to talk, or I'm taking over the conversation, which I sometimes do, but I'm busy recovering from that. From
You get your 9 to
bubble
8 shop.
bubble diarrhea.
Mm.
I'm a recovering addict on talking. But Laurent would do the same thing if it's a topic that he's passionate
Yeah,
about.
100%.
So we kind of, the more we went through the podcast, if you look from the beginning and you look at the podcast now, you'll see that we actually keep quiet and we give the other person a chance to
Yes.
talk. And which is very important, this is something that we've discussed previously, is to keep things conversational. So it's exactly that thing, repeating the last words that the person has said.
Let it flow. Yeah.
Whenever you end off your segment or whatever you are talking about, the other person
Can
you
pick
ask
it
a
up.
question
Yeah.
so that that person can keep the conversation going and that kind of thing. And I would say I'm fairly good at that, keeping the conversation, like not just me talking.
He's become a
No,
professional. Yeah.
You've definitely become like a level up.
But that's a good
Conversational
thing.
was it?
Growth is
And
always.
I try not to
It
talk.
has to. It has to happen.
Look, go for it.
No, okay, I was gonna ask a question on the shyness because I made a particular note with you when I said you're shy, but you want to talk about anything. So when as that how would I say when it had openness, how do I say now? When has there been a moment when that openness has just shocked you, like when you were maybe said, oh, I can't believe I'm actually saying this out loud. Why am I talking about this now?
It's a nice
But
question.
just continue. You just
It's
felt
like
comfortable.
a few things, but recently, my boyfriend's cousin's girlfriend, we went to him to get the dog kennel,
Mhm.
and then the car decided to just not work. So we were stuck there, and then they left to the shop, and I was there with her. And then we just started talking, where I would have honestly just sat in a corner the whole time.
Sat on the phone.
And she was like, come sit by me while I clean the kitchen. I was like, okay. And then I just started talking. I was like, why am I talking so much?
But
And I was like, it's crazy. I've met this girl once before this, and we didn't interact at all.
At
It was
all.
just hi and bye. And now I'm having a
Full
whole
on
life
deep.
conversation. And then when I looked over to the side, and I was like, oh, you also went to UWC. And then we started talking even more.
But that's fantastic.
Because she
that,
also
man.
did psychology and stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. If I didn't speak to her, I wouldn't have had this connection now, because even though there's a lot of people on UWs doing psychology, it's just like, I'm alone, because no one's actually going to go into psychology. They're doing
yeah.
it to do teaching, to do social working, to
Yeah.
be a lawyer or whatever
Okay.
else. No
It's
one's
a, it's a
actually...
stepping stone, basically.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned something important there now, no? Is if you didn't do that, that wouldn't have happened. It's almost like this thing that we're always talking about. Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Mm.
So until I will. This is a piece of advice for everybody that frames himself in a negative way, where they say, "I am just that type of person. I'm just I don't blend in nicely with people. I don't talk good. Or I don't speak good. I don't I'm not that type of person. You know, I don't know how to work with money. I'm not good with my money. Change that type of thinking. So like if nothing changes, nothing changes. I was watching a podcast on Vusi Tembokwayo. He was
Love that man. Yeah.
he was the question was something to this effect. The question was, how do you, they were asking Vusi this, how do you choose, because he's a venture capitalist and he funds small companies
Businesses,
and
yeah.
startups and those kind of things. So how do you choose who you're going to fund and that kind of thing. He says, "What the question was? What kind of questions do you ask those people?" Which was a brilliant question. He says he asks questions that brings out. He wants to see the level of sameness.
Character.
I was like, level of sameness. And then he went on to elaborate and he says that the level of, I'm saying it loosely, no?
You're paraphrasing.
I'm not paraphrasing, I'm giving my own interpretation of it. Is that the level of sameness with person, how do you know that someone is going to be is going to be successful? Or is attempting to be successful? Are they comfortable with taking the same route every day, going to the same gym, going to the same shop, speaking to the same people, speaking to the same number of people, going to the same events or lack of going to any events? Are they stuck in that routine of doing the same thing? And I was like, my level of sameness is way out there. I don't think I have a level of sameness because I've tried so many different things. And that is a characteristic of people that is successful. Because they try different things. So the more things they try, the more things they discover, the more things
they know.
The more things they try, the more things they discover.
Damn. So technically, in some aspect,
we're doing the right thing. I mean, you know I've tried a bunch of different stuff.
Like I said, qualified chef.
Same.
Doing when you have a few
Doing the
rap
podcast.
videos out there, no?
Rapping.
Oh,
and-
that's old school. No?
That's old
Taking
school,
it
yeah.
back, yeah.
Yeah. But not to make it about me, but the point is,
Yeah.
that was exactly
Try.
that approach. That was the right approach, and I hope everybody found tips with us. And before we leave, we need to close up now. But before we leave, what would you highlight a piece of advice? Because our podcast, we like to give people, we must have.
A little snippet to go almost.
Yeah, so we want people to learn something watching our podcast, amongst laughing and all those other things. So if there's one thing that you could teach the world or we could have more of in people, what would it be?
You always have the ability to make change. Like you said now, you always tried different things. And that brought me to the saying that our youth have today, it is what it is. It's not what it is. I hate that saying with every fiber of my being.
I love that saying, no? But I understand the point you're making.
It's not what it is. You always have the ability to change your present being, your future. You have the ability to change it if you just work towards it. Never give up.
I think that saying is you must have a context for that. It is what it is, man. You can't just say it just for everything.
No, that's
it is what it is now.
That's why I'm saying our youth use it in every
yeah,
context.
We use it loosely.
So like, they robbed my daddy. It is what it is. That one got shot in the corner. It is what it is. No,
we've
bro,
become
no.
desensitized to it, man.
We've become very desensitized, and it is what it is. It's just a filler word for everything.
We said it now like 5 times now.
It is what it is. Tarryn, thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you.
This was absolutely wonderful.
Lorraine, thank you for the coffee. And
Thank
always
you for
being
the
such
coffee,
a
Lorraine.
As always.
As always. This was a
As
very
always.
informative. I want to say we've never really sat down and had this kind of conversation, but we have. We always actually have this kind of conversations when I'm around you and that side.
But that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, yeah.
That's a good thing. Elevate the mindset. Always speak to
Ahoy.
people. Let's close.
Salute for the ones what
Let's man walk
salute.
through the camera.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
And that's how you use it.
Thank you very much for tuning into this episode of
Yes.
Put It by
Amen.
the Wall.
Amen.
Like, comments,
All the stuff here at the bottom.
do that.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Do that, yeah.
And remember, it is not what it is. There we go.
Look, where's the strength is good.
Don't forget, strength is good.
This is gonna be edited, no?
I wanted to say. What did you say? The number one podcast nowhere around the world.
No.
Say that again. Say it again. One more time. But a bit more.
The number one podcast nowhere around the world.
There we got the snippet.
And that's the promo for the
Look here,
episode.